It's no longer who's going to give the best speech. We already know who did that. You were incredible Monday night.
Never leave, Joe. Never leave. Vice President Joe Biden joined the consensus. First Lady Michelle Obama's DNC speech was not only the best of the week, it was among the best convention speeches ever. Of course, praise for FLOTUS wasn't unanimous. Some notable names took exception to one simple statement of historical fact.
I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves. And I watch my daughters, two beautiful, intelligent black young women, playing with their dogs on the White House lawn.
So self-appointed historian and Fox News host Bill O'Reilly, while acknowledging the First Lady's historical accuracy, added that it wasn't like the really bad kind of slavery.
Slaves that worked there were well fed and had decent lodgings provided by the government, which stopped hiring slave labor in 1802.
O'Reilly later clarified that he wasn't defending slavery, but that that was one of the most least extreme reactions from the conservative press. There was also Fox News radio host John Gibson, who took a stand for Team All White House Workers Matter when he pondered in an editorial, quote, "What then is the purpose of appropriating the construction of the White House to black slave workers, neglecting to mention other workers?" Gibson might find some clarity in the distinction between slaves and those other workers in this payroll log from the White House Historical Association. The ledger shows the federal government did pay for the labor of enslaved people. The money went to the men and women who owned them. Now, Gibson's Fox colleague Brian Kilmeade and Tucker Carlson wondered why the First Lady mentioned it at all.
But I just wish we could have one speech without a reference to slavery. Actually, I thought her speech was appalling. I know we're required by law to pretend it was great and uplifting. It was a nasty partisan speech posing as a speech about family.
Imagine that, a partisan speech at a Democratic National Convention. And of course, it wouldn't be a right-wing media pylon without Rush Limbaugh, who brought it all home by way of a rather awkward metaphor.
I said, imagine that your wife, imagine that your wife has an affair. And it causes all kinds of acrimony. But you and your wife get together and you decide that you're going to forgive her. Now imagine, sir, every argument you have, you continue to remind her that she's to blame for everything because she's the one that had the affair.
See, Bill O'Reilly, according to Rush, slavery was just like a rocky marriage between black people and the people who thought they should own black people. So let's not bring it up when we fight, okay? So we can make America great again. And when we come back, my guest will join me for a slightly different take on the First Lady's address.